Very good evening. So today's theme is economy. How you need to revise economy for UPSC prelims examination through last 11 years previous year questions, because more or less in every year 13 to 14 questions come from economy and from various chapters. In those chapters, which chapters are more important in terms of the type of questions, or in terms of the aspects that you need to cover, or in terms of indices reports that you need to cover, or policies that you need to study, how deep that you need to study the policies, or how deep that you need to study the reports. So for that we need these 11 years previous year questions, and if we see these previous year questions now, the themes that are addressed in the last 11 years, so these previous year question themes will be taught in the class that starts from Monday. So from Monday, every class we will be having revised class. In that revised class, every chapter will be taught as per their weightage in the previous year questions of the last 12 years starting from 2013. 12 years starting from 2013. So today we will see how economy themes are getting repeated, or how economy chapter weightage is shifting from static topics to dynamic topics. That too, the topics that we concentrate more are like banking and insurance or Indian financial market are attaining more prominence rather than the topics that we traditionally prepare, like national income accounting. These topics we in general prepare, like what are the methods of national income accounting, so how GDP is calculated, how NNP is calculated, how what is meant by depreciation. These things we prepare. But how the trend is shifting from 2013 to 2024, how the needle is shifting, that also we will be seeing today. Okay. Now, if you have any doubts, just please message in the chat so that I can address it. And after the session gets over, it will be around 45 to 50 minutes, the analysis. And after the analysis, I will be taking your doubts. Based on the analysis, you can ask any doubts that you have. Okay. So now, in today's session, we will be discussing the year-wise analysis of economy topics and policy, schemes and governance. Then, what are the different types of questions? Like, if you see some type of questions on some themes, you will be getting surprised, because those topics you will be preparing in depth, but they would be asking the direct question on those topics. So we will be seeing that analysis also. And then what are the themes that are getting concentrated in UPSC in latest years, not in the 2013 to 2016, but how the needle is shifting from 2013 to 2024. That also we will be seeing. And next, how to be proactive in the process of learning, because yes, UPSC, as I said in the previous session, UPSC is 70% predictable. That predictability, you need to ensure that you get your basics right. But at the same point of time, in order to get this 30% right, you need to be proactive in recognize the topic that can be asked in the examination. That also we will be seeing how we need to be proactive in actually reading economy. Okay. So this is the pattern that we will be seeing the today's class. Firstly, the syllabus that I will be discussing: economy and social development, which includes sustainable development, poverty, inclusion, demographic, social sector initiatives, which were given in the UPSC prelims syllabus, right? And along with these, we will be also seeing indices and reports, policies, schemes and governance. These topics also we will be seeing the analysis, previous year question analysis. Now, weightage. Firstly, this weightage will ensure what to prioritize and what not to prioritize, because if we prioritize everything in UPSC, everything is nothing. Simple. Everything is nothing in UPSC. You need to ensure you leave some topics so that you cover the crux and attain maximum marks that you can. Okay. So if let's see this analysis. In this particular analysis, Yeah. In this particular analysis, what I have concentrated? First, I have concentrated what are the topics that are asked in the UPSC examination regarding economy, and then what is the weightage in the last 13 years. And I didn't concentrate on 2024 because 2024 in the previous session I have concentrated. But what is the trend? How the trend is shifting in the last 13 years? I have concentrated regarding the weightage, and then in which year that particular topic is concentrated more. What are the years that particular topic is concentrated more, and then what is the frequency of the question in that particular year? Means if at all we have 2025 examination that is scheduled in May 2025, how many questions from that particular chapter you can expect? So that is the analysis that we will be seeing. Firstly, national income accounting. When you see national income accounting questions, only 2 years in the last 13 years they have given the questions. In 2013 once, in 2018 once. So the basic concept of gross domestic product and national income accounting methodology, they have given only twice in the last 13 years, which is 2013 and 2018. So they are not asking about the static concepts which are traditionally important. Does that mean you need to neglect the topic? No. You should not neglect the topic, but you should not prioritize the topic deeply. There is a difference. If you neglect a topic, you will not be reading it. But if you read the topic as an overview, not in depth, and that is called going through tangential mode. That is called going through tangential mode. This is the crux that you need to cover. This is the way that you need to go for national income, because the analysis of the last 13 years shows that you just need to cover the overview of national income accounting. There is no need to go in depth for national income accounting. Okay. Now, so how many questions that you can expect? There may not be a question on national income accounting. At most there can be one question in this year 2025. Now coming to inflation and business cycle, for the last 13 years they have given 11 questions in it, and it is concentrated more in 2013. 4 questions came in 2013. Why 4 questions came in 2013 regarding inflation and not after that? Because inflation targeting, the committee of Urjit Patel committee on inflation targeting, that was started in 2013-14, right? So that is the crucial point where monetary policy committee also came into the picture. So that is the point where they need to concentrate on inflation. That's why 4 questions came in 2013 regarding the inflation, and after that it was neglected. Only 1 or 2 questions they are coming. So how many questions you can expect? You can expect 1 to 2 questions. You can expect 1 to 2 questions. So now coming to the major part in economy, where they are concentrating more and more in the recent years, which is banking and insurance in India. Banking and insurance in India. In the last 13 years, they have given around 43 questions regarding this business, banking and insurance in India. Why they are giving those many questions? Because if you see in the recent trend from 2015 onwards, the monetary policy committee is attaining more significance. That is one. Next, public sector banks are facing huge losses and capitalization of banks is happening. That is the other thing. Next, different banking frauds are happening like Punjab National Bank. That is the other thing. Next, recently in 2024, what happened? Insurance sector was opened to 100% FDI from 74%. 100% FTA is open to insurance sector, which makes insurance sector is also in the news. So foreign investment is getting more in the insurance sector. That makes insurance topic important again for 2025. So likewise in the recent years, banking and insurance became a integral part of UPSC question paper for prelims examination, because most of the questions in economy they are asking in banking and insurance, particularly in 2013, 2019 and 2020, 5 questions were asked from this topic, and in 2021 4 questions they have asked. 4 questions of banking and insurance alone. Remember the topic, and whenever you are studying the topic, make sure you study the topic, the basic topics, and on top of it the current affairs linked with it, like how the banking how the bank rate work, or how the repo rate work, or what is the recent trend in the repo rate. Generally, in order to get the liquidity penetration into the market, RBI needs the support of banks, right? So whenever RBI needs the support of the banks, but banks are reluctant to take the liquidity, then what will RBI do? Till recent times, they did not have any obligation. Banks did not have any obligation to take the liquidity when RBI wants the banks to take it. But recently, what RBI did? RBI brought variable repo rate. Did you actually come through that? Variable repo rate. Variable repo rate is nothing but it is less than repo rate but more than reverse repo rate. Simple. It is less than repo rate but more than reverse repo rate, which will vary according to the market situations. So this ensures that banks get interest in the loans that are given by RBI, so that liquidity gets penetrated into the market. So these are the mechanisms, monetary tools that RBI have in order to make sure the liquidity gets penetrated into the market. So recent times they are bringing more and more types of monetary tools, like standing deposit facility, SDF, or this variable repo rate, or term repo. So these are the terms that came in the recent times from 2018 onwards. Before that there were only few, like repo rate, reverse repo rate, bank rate, or margin standing facility. That's it. But recently more terms are coming from monetary policy tools that ensures banking and insurance have more major priority in UPSC examinations. Okay. So at least you can expect 3 questions from banking and insurance. 3 questions at least you can expect. This is the major topic that you need to concentrate. Banking and insurance. How you need to concentrate? First, ensure your basics are correct. Ensure your basics are correct. And then ensure you follow the current affairs regularly, not daily. There is a difference. There is a difference. What is the difference? Will repo rate change every day? No, right? When will it change? Bi-monthly. Whenever the monetary policy statement comes, there may be a chance that repo rate can be increased or can be decreased. So whenever the monetary policy statement gets released, you need to ensure how many basis points the repo rate is changing. Based on that, every benchmark index will change. So you need to follow those current affairs regularly and get it updated before the examination also. Get it updated before the examination also. And you need to follow the trend of getting the reverse repo, or a trend of getting the repo rate decrease or increase, because whenever I think recently, in order to control the inflation till 2024, in order to control the inflation, RBI have increased the repo rate by 70 basis points. Why it have increased the 70 basis? Because the inflation is going over 6%. It is going over 6%. In order to control it, because it was given the mandate to control the inflation through inflation targeting. That's why RBI got the mandate to control the inflation. They can increase the repo rate. How will you know that RBI is increasing the repo rate regularly? Whenever you follow the trend across the bi-monthly statement, then only you can understand. And now, why they need to change repo rate only? Why there is no need to change other rates? Because every benchmark monetary policy tool is linked to repo rate. Whenever it gets changed, everything gets changed. So likewise, you need to ensure your basics are correct, and on top of it, you need to ensure the current affairs are followed regularly. That's it. And regularly means you can follow monthly magazine. That can reduce your time of preparing every day's current affairs and ensures all consolidated information at one place. There is no need to follow everyday current affairs. Ensure you follow one magazine in letter and spirit, and make sure you follow consolidated current affairs magazine. Go through all the magazines and then come to a conclusion. Okay, right. Now coming back to this weightage topic, evolution of Indian economy and planning. Only 6 questions came, and that too till 2019 only. In recent times, from 2021, regarding the planning, they did not concentrate because it became exempt. It became now Niti Aayog is currently in trend, and planning, long-term vision planning is happening. So that's why regarding the planning, they were not asking the questions. Okay. So in 2014 and 19 only, there were 2 questions regarding the planning. Now, external sector and evolution of Indian planning. You can get the topics from Niti Aayog. Because Niti Aayog is a body that is involved in the planning, right? Now it is a decentralized planning rather than a centralized planning. That's it. Now when you concentrate on Niti Aayog, where you need to concentrate? There is no need to concentrate how it is functioning, because by now from 2015, by now every UPSC aspirant will be aware of how it is functioning. But where you need to concentrate? You need to concentrate on the reports or on the indices that are maintained by Niti Aayog, like Sustainable Development Goals Index, or recent initiatives for mobility. There is a recent initiative for mobility. So these initiatives you need to follow rather than the structure of Niti Aayog. Okay. Now, external sector in India. This is another major topic that you need to concentrate. External sector in India, because recently, if you see the trend, these major topics are getting highlighted from recent times, like 2019 and 2020. 4 questions came regarding external sector. As I said previously, the economy is getting opened more and more, and the FDI is getting opened more and more, and mainly these are dynamic topics. Where there are dynamic topics, UPSC likes it. Because, so here you need to see that from 2013, basic concepts are getting covered, but from after COVID times, they are concentrating majorly on current affairs linked topic. But are they concentrating on current affairs? No. We will see how they are concentrating. Okay? No. Then growth, development and happiness. What is the difference between economic growth and economic development, or what is the index that regarding the happiness? So these are the questions that they are concentrating. In 2015 and 2018, they concentrated more. And then another major topic, Indian financial market. But recently, from 2014 onwards, the stock exchange became more important. And after Gift City came, it became more and more important. And major scams are happening through stock market. That's why Indian financial market and different types of derivatives came into picture. So these are the things that they are concentrating, and 25 questions came, and last 3 years they are concentrating more. 5 questions they have asked. In 2023 they have asked 5 questions regarding Indian financial market. What they are asking? They are not asking how stock market functions. They just ask what are convertible shares and which one will be given priority, whether equity will be given priority or whether debt will be given priority when it gets liquidated, right? And last year they have asked regarding the two-wheeler. I think they have given what are the major instruments of stock market, capital market. They have given the loans, they have given the debt, they have given the motorcycle. Which one is considered as a capital tool? Okay. So this is the topic that they have concentrated. Now, poverty, unemployment and human development. 2019 they have concentrated more. After that there is no question on poverty, unemployment and human development. These are the topics which are traditionally important. If you see, These are the topics which are traditionally important, but the needle got shifted from static topics to dynamic topics in UPSC. Now, primary sector and food management. 2015, 2019, 2020, every year they are asking 2 to 3 questions regarding the MSP or regarding how public distribution system work. These are the topics that they are concentrated more, and that too they concentrated 3 to 4 questions in 2019-20 because most of the PDS schemes came then to feed the people who were affected by COVID. You can expect at least 2 questions in 2025 regarding PDS. Now, public finance in India. They are not at all asking these days. They have asked 4 questions only in the last 13 years, and that too they have asked regarding the capital expenditure or capital reserves. The basic definitions only they are asking. Next comes secondary sector. 12 questions they have asked, and recently they are concentrating more. Secondary sector, they are concentrating more. They are concentrating on stock exchange more. Okay? Now, services sector, majorly what we understand is, yes, as services sector drives the economy, that particular sector is more important for UPSC examination. This is the general thinking. But what happened here? They are not at all asking regarding the services that India is providing, the services sector that India, how India's trend is. They are not at all asking. Only 2 questions came in the last 13 to 14 years. Okay? Now, taxation. Majorly they concentrated in 2018 only, and you know why? Because GST came, that's why they have concentrated. Terms and definitions they did not concentrate at all, and they concentrate on union budget and economic survey only when there are major policy implementations. If you see, when the old tax structure and new tax structure came, there is a question on taxation. When there is any major policy implementation through economic survey, through budget, then that particular question comes in the budget and economic survey. Otherwise, they don't find economic survey that much useful, because let me tell you, every year the economic survey, that is a document to make sure people understand the policy implementation, people understand the idea behind the policy implementation. In 2016-17, they published the economic survey with a topic called behavioral nudging. Why they started this behavioral nudging? Because they want Swachh Bharat Abhiyan to be successful. Why they want Swachh Bharat Abhiyan to be successful? It can ensure sanitation in India, right? It can ensure hygiene in India. And in order to ensure it, they wanted to implement some schemes like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. They ensured some kids programs, they ensured some awareness programs. But that is not happening. That is not happening to the extent that they imagined. Now, how to change the behavior of the people? People's behavior will not change suddenly. It will shift over a time period like UPSC. It took 12 years to shift from traditional topics to dynamic topics. That's why they gave a topic called behavioral nudging in the economic survey, explaining the importance of behavioral nudging in economy. One, if you remember, for Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Modi ji started a campaign where fathers will click a selfie with the girl child, if you remember. Likewise for Swachh Bharat Abhiyan also. Likewise for tax payment also. Vivad se Vishwas, like tax payment also. All these things, they want people to understand the importance of those programs. That's why they are giving their thought process in the economic survey, so that people will understand the policy implementation and the thought and the ideology behind the policy implementation, right? That's why economic survey comes into picture, and that is majorly important, not in prelims examination but in mains examination, because whenever you write any economic question in mains examination, you need to link that with the ideology of the government, because you are becoming a government servant. as you are becoming a government servant, you need to understand the thought process of the government. That's why economic survey and budget is more important from mains perspective rather than prelims perspective, because UPSC generally doesn't encourage the facts. And in this budget and economic survey, more or less depends on the facts and analysis and trends analysis. The trends analysis they are asking time and again. Sometimes when the trend is significantly changing, then they are asking. But when the trend is normal, they are not asking the questions regarding that. Okay. So this is the analysis of each and every topic in economy for UPSC prelims examination. So in this, what we will be concentrating more and what you will be concentrating in your preparation, firstly, banking and insurance in India. Whatever major basic topics are there, ensure that you cover it and you revise it time and again, and ensure those basic concepts are covered with current affairs. Okay, I have read about marginal standing facility. Then how marginal standing facility works in recent times, and go back to the monetary policy statement and see how marginal standing facility is getting changed time and again. Okay, and if you can see, you can see every monetary policy statement. If you can't, go to the banking chapter in economic survey. They would have given for the entire year how it is changing, then you can study in it. Okay, right. Now then comes Indian financial market. Financial market, you need to study the basic definitions and basic concepts. There is no need to go in depth. Go through only basic definitions and basic concepts, and why particular thing is in news. Why particular thing is in news, you need to study. Then external sector, primary sector and food management, and secondary sector. These are the 5 major topics that we will also be seeing in the class, and we will see at a stretch about these topics, and other topics we will see as an overview, not at a stretch. Okay, I hope this brings you some clarity regarding the classes. Yeah, see, major chunk banking, Indian financial, next external sector. These are the major chunks that you have in economy. Yeah, as we discussed in the previous class, most of the concepts that they will be asking only from NCERT textbooks and websites like RBI, SEBI. That's it. They don't go deeper into Investopedia. They don't go deeper into some financial magazines. They don't go. They go only through NCERT. They go only through the RBI. They go only through SEBI. First, we'll see from banking and insurance in India. That's why I'm scrolling. See, as I said, 3 to 4 questions they are asking every year. In 2020 and 2021, they are asking 3 to 4 questions. And how they are asking? If you see here, the entire questions is dominated by 3 statement questions. Entire questions is dominated by 3 statement questions. So what they are asking in 3 statement questions? In 2022, they asked about Bank Board Bureau. Why Bank Board Bureau they have asked? Because there were amendments in Bank Board Bureau. That's why they were asking regarding Bank Board Bureau. And now, every time they'll be asking more or less regarding the monetary policy. If you see, here they have asked monetary policy. They have asked. Yeah. Here they have asked. More or less, monetary policy statement is more important to you rather than any other document of RBI. And RBI's document, what are important? First, monetary policy document is important, and every half yearly they will be releasing financial stability report. They will be releasing financial stability report in July once, in December once. Don't go through July, go through December. They will be giving regarding every macroeconomic indicator like inflation, like external sector, balance of payments. They will be giving regarding every macroeconomic indicator. Go through that financial stability report. You will get complete picture of entire years. You can get complete picture of entire years. There is another catch here. So, there are some concepts like sterilization. Do you know about sterilization? It is just a basic concept to squeeze the liquidity, to squeeze the to squeeze bad loans, right? Sterilization is there, and regarding the sterilization, people will have only basic idea. There is no need to ask in depth regarding it. That's why regarding these concepts, they only ask direct questions. That too, the definition of sterilization. The definition sterilization refers to, that's it. And here there is a money multiplier. Regarding the money multiplier also, they are asking direct questions where only basic concept they are asking. Whenever direct questions are asked, there is they won't concentrate on the current affairs. They concentrate on the basic concepts. Now, whenever they are asking about a concept like RBI governor, then they go into they go deeper into it. Like RBI governors, what are the roles and responsibilities of RBI governor, or what are the committees that he will be a part of, right? So these are the areas that they will be go deeper. And 2016-17 payment banks and small finance banks are mostly in picture. If you see this, if you relate any topic which is in the current affairs, they will not ask that particular current affairs, they will ask the basic concept regarding the current affairs. As I told you, recently RBI brought variable repo rate. They will not be asking how much is the variable repo rate. They will be asking you what is variable repo rate. They will just ask you regarding the definition of variable repo rate. And now recently, as I told you in the previous orientation session, let's see another example. I forgot it. I am telling about insurance sector. Insurance sector, foreign direct investment in insurance sector. This foreign direct investment in insurance sector, they will not be asking how much percentage, but they will be asking the major differences between foreign direct investment and foreign portfolio investment. How much foreign direct investment is better than the foreign portfolio investment. We'll be seeing in external sector also regarding that. Okay. Yeah. As I told you about variable repo rate, there is a MCLR. They only asked regarding 2 statements. They didn't ask 3 statement or 4 statement. Basic concept, they will not be going in deeper. They will be just going as a overview. So I am just telling about this one because more number of questions came in and we have a trend analysis. I will not be going deeper into every chapter. As we have discussed the trends, there is no need to go into every chapter. We will be seeing that particular themes in the classes. Every theme which is touched in the PYQ, I will be discussing that theme in the class. Moving on to next one regarding indices and reports. If you see indices and reports, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014. So every year they are asking. They are asking every year, and that too, if the question format, if you see, that is a bit of surprise to me also. Direct. They are not going deeper into any index or any report that they would be asking. They will be going with a direct statement questions regarding the report that they will be asking you. Now, as I told you, global competitiveness report, global hunger index. Most of the questions, they are asking about the popular organizations, like global competitiveness report was published by. Most of the time they are asking World Economic Forum questions or World Bank questions, and then they are asking about the theme of particular year. If there is a ease of doing business, they have asked twice. First, when India improved its rank. Second, when there is a scam in ease of doing business ranking. Both times they have asked it. They have asked it twice. So first thing, every year at least one index they are asking regarding any of the index or report. One index. Then they are asking only direct questions. There is no need to go deeper. You need to concentrate only on one. Which organization publishes it? 2. What is the theme? These are the 2 things that they will be concentrating upon. Now, regarding the popular world organizations like World Health Organization or World Economic Forum or World Bank, IMF. These are the organizations that publishes most of the reports. And RBA. Do you know RBA publishes report called Digital Payments Index? That is the report every year they publishes it. But most of the UPS aspirant doesn't know Digital Payments Index is published by RBA. So we need to know the reports that RBA publishes first, and the reports that are published by this World Bank or WHO or International Monetary Fund. Next, coming to policy schemes and governance. Yeah, policy schemes and governance, it is clear to everyone because most of the times they would be asking that particular scheme which is in the news that particular year. Like let's say this Anemia Mukt Bharat strategy, which is a six-pronged strategy. 6 different ideas are there, 6 different goals are there, 6 by 6 by 6 strategy. This Anemia Mukt Bharat, they have asked regarding the 6 statements. What is the question that they have asked? What are the different goals in Anemia Mukt Bharat? Those 6 strategies that they have asked, that's it. And Jan Suraksha Yojana. Every time they would be asking at least 4 statement question regarding the policies. As I told you in the previous session, whenever any policy is there, first thing that you need to know, what is the objective of the policy. Second thing, you need to know which ministry implements the policy. Third thing, whether it is centrally sponsored or central sector. Fourth, who are the beneficiaries? Fifth, budget allocation. Because most of the times in the budget, which scheme gets highest allocation? Generally, not an exception, generally. Which schemes gets highest allocation? Every year. Manrega. Simple. Manrega, it will be getting the highest allocation every year in the budget. So when we see the budget, we need to see what are the top 5 schemes where most of the budget is allocated. What are the top 5 schemes where most of the budget is allocated? Okay. So in that case, they will be asking the chronology, they will be asking the arrangement. What are the arrange these different schemes as per their budget allocation. Okay. So these 5 things that you need to prepare. Yeah. If you see these policy schemes and governance, either they have asked regarding the ministry that it is getting implemented or regarding the objective of that particular policy, They have concentrated more or less only on those 2 things. Now, as I said, we need to be proactive enough in order to recognize which aspect will be asked in the examination. Now we have come and analyzed completely, right? Regarding what are the topics that we need to concentrate, how they will be asking those topics, how much deeper that we need to go into that topic, right? So these 3 things will be applying in order to understand what topics that they can ask. This is the Vigyan magazine, which is published every month. Yeah. So for every magazine, when you start studying, start with the cover page itself. Start with the cover page itself. This cover page will have, this is January magazine, this cover page have COP29, a missed opportunity or a catalyst for change in global climate governance. Right. So this is the topic of environment, but how UPSC can ask a question regarding that in economic perspective? Can you tell? This is about climate change. Simple. This is about climate change. How UPSC can ask this question from economic perspective? Simple. Okay, climate change. There is a debate on environment versus economic development. There is forever there will be a debate on environment versus economy. So here there is a climate change. In general, what happens when there is a climate change, we often lose the GDP. We often lose the GDP because people's potential will decrease, natural resources depletions will happen, generally optimum utilization of natural resources will not happen. So because of this, there may be a chance that GDP will be decreased, right? So you need to think in this manner. When there is a climate change happening, GDP will be reduced. So is there any report that addresses the GDP because of climate change? Because of climate change. Go to internet, search like this. India's GDP decrease, climate report. Because report they are asking direct questions, right? This is October 2024. What they have given? India may face 24.7% GDP loss by 2070 thanks to climate change. This is the report that was published by Asian Development Bank. Okay. So how many questions, how many types of questions that they can give in this one? How many types of questions? First thing, what is this report about? What is the name of the report? Asia Pacific Climate Report. Asia Pacific Climate Report is published by Asian Development Bank or New Development Bank or World Bank or United Nations Environment Program. There will be 4 options. Okay, one question we have got it. And then how they can be asking in 2 statement or 3 statement question, how this climate change will be affecting India. Will it affect more or will it affect less? Generally, world scenario, I think 16.9% GDPs will be affecting because of climate change. But in India, 24.7% loss will happen because of climate change. Why is it greater than the Asia Pacific? In Asia Pacific, only 16% is happening. In India, it is 24%. They will be asking in such a manner that whenever there are more results because of younger population, there will be more effects because of climate change. The more positive that you go, the deeper that you fall. Simple. Okay. So there is a interlink between both the things. So in this manner, one thing you need to analyze. You need to analyze which type of question that they can give, and you need to extract what are the questions that they can give for the examination. Okay. Yeah. You need to start from magazine's cover page itself. Yeah. Then 4 policy schemes and initiatives. Yeah. Policy schemes and initiatives. Let's see. Okay, there is one nation, one subscription. That is a scheme which is getting implemented these days. So what is the type of scheme? Yes, central sector scheme we need to know. And which ministry implements it? In general, we think that one nation, one subscription, either it is for PDS or it is for finance or it is for some digital economy. We will be thinking in those lines. But what they are actually doing, one nation, one subscription, it is Aadhaar ID. Every student now will be getting an Aadhaar ID right from his childhood till his completion of a graduation. They will be getting only single ID in order to ensure that they are starting this one nation, one subscription, and it is getting implemented by Ministry of Education. Now, which agency implements it? Objective, beneficiaries, launch, important provisions. That's it. Every topic, when you study that topic, this topic is there: one nation, one state, one subscription. Consider the following statements regarding one nation, one subscription. First thing, it is a central sector scheme. Yes, right. It is implemented by Ministry of Education. Yes, right. What is the objective of the scheme? to democratize access to scholarly research and academic journals for higher education institutions across India. That's it. These three statements you will be keeping it. You will not be, unless you prepare questions in your mind when you are reading, you can't solve the questions in the examination, because when you study completely and regularly without solving the questions, what happens is you will remember the topic, but you can't ensure that you solve a topic, because when you make a question, you solve it. Yeah, how they can tweak this question. Central sector scheme, how they can actually change this. It is a centrally sponsored scheme. That can be a wrong answer. Okay. So you need to ensure that you prepare your questions in your mind to make sure you get the topic correct. To avoid confusion and getting conceptual clarity, you need to make sure that you prepare your questions in the mind. Okay. Yeah. So whenever these concepts are there, you need to ensure all these 5 topics which are there. That's it. Now let's see economy questions. These are the policy schemes. Let's see this data on India's milk production. Okay. So there is a report that was released regarding the milk production. Whenever there is any livestock census, whenever there is any census like birds census, yes, UPSC is fond of it. UPSC will definitely ask that statistics. Okay. What they can ask? First thing, as I said, which agency publishes this census? According to basic animal husbandry statistics, which agency publishes? When nothing is given, it is by the ministry itself. Ministry of Dairying will publish the basic animal husbandry statistics. Okay, right. Now what they can ask more? They will be asking how many tons of milk produced every year and how much percentage was increased. And what can they ask more? The livestock census or this dairy census, the state rankings they can ask. That's it. These 3 things you will be studying. Okay. So this is the way that you can make sure the previous year questions help your current preparation. Previous year questions help your current preparation. Why I am telling about milk statistics? Because the agricultural production is having the more weightage. 14 questions they are asking from this agriculture chapter. So you need to go deeper into that. If at all there is any survey or there is any report, you need to ensure that which agency publishes it, like the report on climate change by Asian Development Bank. Okay. So this is how we will be discussing the themes in the class, and for every theme I will be discussing in a manner where how it is asked in the examination. Like if it is asked as a 4 statement question, I will be discussing it in a deeper way. If they are asking only direct statement questions, I will be discussing about the overview. But for banking, but for financial markets, external sector, agriculture and secondary sector, I will be discussing in detail about every topic that was asked previously. Okay. Yeah. So this is the analysis of themes of PYQs in economy, indices, reports, policies, schemes and governance. Okay. So now if you have any questions, just please do let me know. Okay. We will be starting these classes from Monday. From Monday, every topic which was asked in the previous year question will be discussed in the class. Okay. Will be taught in the class. Yeah. Any questions? Yeah. Participants who are in the online: Suryavanshi, Rishita, Sunita, Vikas. Take one magazine. As I told you, in economy they are asking the dynamic topics. They are not asking the static topics which are traditionally important like national income or planning. They have shifted the gear. They are asking only the dynamic topics. That too, some topics like core concepts, they are asking the definition. And the topics that are like RBI governor, they are asking in detail. Okay. You need to ensure 2 things. First thing, how many times it is in the news in recent times. If it is frequently in news, they will be asking deeper. If it is once in a lifetime in news, they'll be asking only overview of the topic. That's it. For indices, they'll be asking direct questions. In policies, 5 objective, which ministry implements it, whether it is central sector scheme or centrally sponsored scheme, who are the beneficiaries, then what is the budget allocation. These 5 things you need to study. Okay, that will ensure your preparation gets smarter, narrower, and more exam oriented preparation. Okay, right. Yeah, this is it. This is the regarding the analysis. Okay.